Virginia Tech is number 24 in the Amway Coaches Poll for some reason. They shouldn't be. It's ridiculous that they're in the top 25. This is a 2-1 football team whose biggest achievement is, hey, we beat Florida State, and Florida State's terrible. And then on Saturday, Virginia Tech lost to Old Dominion. They fell 14 spots. They have no business being in the top 25. You should have an Iowa or a South Florida, BYU in that spot instead. Welcome to the Coaches Poll, Kentucky. Number 17, making their first appearance of the year. First appearance since about 2007, in fact. They're 4-0 after beating Mississippi State, who dropped to number 19. Wildcats might be for real. I mean, there's a big gap between Georgia and the rest of the teams in the SEC East based on their play through 4 weeks. Kentucky might be the second best team in the East, and if that's the case, totally deserving of being number 17 now and potentially even rising over the next few weeks. There are no changes in the top 9 of this week's Coaches Poll. Notre Dame, for example, is still number 8. That's not that interesting, except for the fact that the Irish changed their quarterback. Brandon Wimbush was out for Wake Forest. Ian Book was in. He played spectacular. Interesting to think about as the Irish head into a key game against Stanford, just what sort of difference Book makes for this year, for this team, and as they make a push for the college football playoff. Alabama is number 1. Number 1 with a bullet. If they had a number 0 on this thing that could start even higher than number 1, Alabama would be there because they've been that dominant through 4 weeks. It's funny, at some point on Saturday against Texas A&M, it was like 35-13, and you thought, wow, A&M is playing this pretty close. They're hanging tight. That's how dominant Alabama has been. They've got 61 out of 64 first place votes. If you're not voting them number 1, I'm very curious why at this point.